What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at 5 hidden features on the 2023 Kia EV6. Now, I made another Cars Tech video looking at the technology features on the EV6. I've got it linked down below and in the card above if you're interested in that. But in this video, we're going to be taking a look at more just hidden features that you may or may not know about. Now, before you leave a negative comment because you know all these hidden features, give yourself a pat on the back, a thumbs up, 5 gold stars, whatever you need, and just don't leave that negative comment because there's plenty of people out there that don't know about these features and they own an EV6 and they need to know. You should know every single cool thing that your vehicle can do. And just because you know them doesn't mean everybody does. So just please keep that in mind. And if there is one that I missed that you think I should know about, leave it down in the comments. I'd love to have a conversation about it. But let's go ahead and get started with number 1. There's a crazy amount of construction going on right over there, so hopefully you can hear me okay. But number 1 is here on the outside of the vehicle, and that is actually the ability to lower the windows using the key fob. So I've heard this doesn't work on every trim level, so your mileage may vary, but we are looking at the GT trim and it does work here. So what you want to do is just press and hold the unlock button. You're going to get that unlock notification, and then in just a second, the windows are going to come down. Now, for whatever reason, it only puts down the driver and passenger front windows. It doesn't actually put down the rear windows or open the sunroof like some other vehicles that have this feature do. And unfortunately, you cannot use the lock button to raise the windows back up. It just doesn't do anything. There's a lot of nice convenience applications for it, but it is a nice hidden feature that not everyone knows about. Now, number 2 is a feature I've talked about when I've looked at Hyundai models before on this channel. It's a little harder to find here on the EV6, but it's one that I think is really, really neat. So if we go up to the infotainment center and we go under media, you get a couple different options. You get AM, FM radio, stuff like that, but you have one called Sounds of Nature. I love the Sounds of Nature feature. It is one of my favorite things. So it's quite literally the option to click through some sounds of nature. There's also some city sounds and things like that, but you get the picture. Things like lively forest, sailing on a ship, city at dawn, experiencing the universe, rainy day, warm fireplace, moment of meditation, all kinds of good stuff. Here's a quick preview of all the options that you have here. Now, number 3 is something I mentioned briefly on my tech video, but that is the ability to switch between light mode and dark mode on the display. And for maybe the first time ever, I think I prefer light mode over dark mode on a piece of technology. That's crazy. So how you get to this, you go to setup, you go to screen theme and layout, then you have the choice between white and black. You can do automatic, which will change it based on if it's daytime or nighttime. And then you can also schedule a time if you want, say, light mode to be only in the morning and then everything after that you want dark mode. You can switch that really simply. But here is what dark mode looks like, or black display theme. So still really cool. All the graphics still look great. I have no complaints. But when I switch it over to light mode, it just blew me away. It uses one of my favorite kind of UI design styles, and that's neumorphism. It has almost this subtle 3D look to it. Over on the digital dash here, some of the accents, the way the shapes curve around each other, some of the materials and textures used in the different drive mode layouts, it just looks so clean to me. Now, number 4 is a feature that's been right in front of your eyes this whole time, and you may not have known about it. Now, you may have known that you can switch between the climate control and your media controls for the infotainment by pushing this button right here. Nice and easy. You get these touch capacitive buttons that you can use to control both things. But what you may not have known is you can actually set a default option and a timeout option right in this same area. So how you do this is you actually press and hold on the little area between the 2 buttons, and this little option pops up. It says returns to the selected display when the other display times out. So what this basically means is you can switch from one to the other, but one will be your default. So within a few seconds after using the one that's not your default, it will switch back. Super handy feature. So let's go ahead and set mine to climate control. So what that means is if I go ahead and go to my media controls here, I mess with the radio, mess with the map, blah, blah, blah. Just wait a few seconds here of not interacting. boom, it switches right back to climate control, changes the little gauges back to hot and cold, all that type of stuff switches right back. Now, number 5 is another one that's been right in front of your eyes the whole time, and you may or may not have known about it, and that is the secret regen mode. So if you didn't know, and you've never been in an EV6 before, these paddles on the back control the level of regen that your vehicle uses when driving. So if you want no regen, you can turn it all the way down. If you want max regen, you can turn it all the way up. Things like that, nice and simple. But there's a hidden mode called auto. So how you're going to access this is the vehicle has to be in drive. You're going to press and hold on the right regen paddle. It's going to switch to auto. Now, what auto does is use the sensors in the front of the vehicle to detect how close you are to the vehicle in front of you. Then it will automatically apply the appropriate amount of regen braking to bring you to a stop before you hit the vehicle in front of you automatically. That is super smart. It's one of those things, it's just a convenience. You just pop it on, you don't really have to think about it, and it's gonna just slow you down and, you know, keep you away from that vehicle in front of you automatically. And if you want it off, you just press and hold again, boom, it switches back to where you can easily adjust to whatever you want the regen strength to be. And of course, we never just do 5. I'm always gonna give you a bonus hidden feature. And this one, again, right in front of your eyes. You probably know about it, but if you don't, it's awesome and you should take full advantage of it. And I think every manufacturer should do this, just like I've said a million times in this vehicle. Kudos to Kia for that. It is just on your splash home screen here on the infotainment display. It gives you a nice kind of picture. You get your time, you get your media, you get a picture of your car, how much battery you have left, your range, and then the map is over on the right side. And it's all kind of integrated into one kind of seamless splash image. But you can interact with every part of this image, and it's super cool. And they work as shortcuts to take you straight into those different applications on the infotainment display. So let's say we want to go into mapping. You just click on the map right on that splash screen. It takes you straight to navigation. If we go back, let's say you want to see how much range you have left or find a charging station nearby. You just click on the car. It takes you right to your little EV page, which shows you, your charging status, closest charging station, how much battery you have left, all that kind of stuff. Let's go back again. Let's say you want to interact with the media. You just tap right on that. It starts playing My Sounds of Nature right up again. All of it works as shortcuts, and it can be customized to what you want it to be. If you don't want, media on there, you want to get rid of that, you can do it. All of it can be customized right there. Super unique feature. All vehicles should have this. It's awesome. For one more little bonus feature, you can notice this ambient lighting here that runs around the dash. It's also down in the cup holder area, and it runs around the center console here. You can customize this. So if you go into setup, you go to vehicle, you go down to lights, and you go to ambient light here, you have a couple different options. You can change the brightness, you can change dimming in the dark, you can link it to your drive mode, you can pick your brightness, but you can also go here into color, and you get all of these different color options. So you can do a custom color even and pick anywhere on the spectrum if you want to. Perfect. That looks really neat. Then you've got all of these ones that they set for you. So purple could be good. Yeah, that looks nice. And it changes everything. It changes the glow above the cup holders, the dash, the center console, you name it. You can also link it to drive mode here. So if I go ahead and switch drive modes to sport, it becomes like a purple. I switch to eco, turns blue, switch to normal, and it turns a little bit darker blue. So a lot of different nice customization options there inside of that color menu that you may not have known about. So those are some of my favorite hidden features on the 2023 Kia EV6. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Tell me in the comments down below. Again, if I missed one, let me know. Let's have a conversation down in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see every single new video the second I hit publish. We'll see you in the next one.